I am all set up and ready for my exhibition, and as you can see in the background behind me, and so I thought I would talk about a few things that I have learned in the run-up to doing this exhibition, and maybe I'll do another video afterwards of the actual experience of how the exhibition goes in like half an hour's time. So, getting started, I would not do an exhibition so far from my house because this is like an hour's drive and an hour and a half on public transport in London, and let me tell you, that is not easy to organise. So I would try and find a venue that is closer to home, because this morning, getting up early, driving a car all the way across London, I got stuck at Hyde Park Corner. I was like stressed and confused. So you don't need that. The other thing that I probably wouldn't do is do nibbles. Why did I choose to do nibbles? Nobody cares, and this added extra stress to my life. So yes, let's see if people like them. I would say the venue, having said that I would go somewhere closer to home, the venue is actually really nice. Like, it's so bright and airy. I would say if you're doing your first exhibition, I have 8 pieces in this exhibition, and I think that's lovely to start small. So that is one other thing. If you're going to have an exhibition, don't go for a space that's too big, because I'm actually so glad at how small this space is, because then I don't have to fill it all. What else would I say? Framing was very stressful, and actually I think framing I could have probably done better because none of the frames really match. I don't know whether that's necessarily normal, but I like these 2 frames that they're both like black and very dark, but like none of the other frames in this room really make a cohesive mix. So maybe next time I would put some more thought into that. But I guess when people take them home, or if people want to buy them, they're just buying one artwork. They're not going to display all 8 at once. What else would I say? Oh my gosh, I'm just very overwhelmed right now. The other thing that I would say is ask who is going to come, because I have no idea how many people are going to come. It could just be my family, it could just be a couple of friends. We will find out in a minute. So yeah, I think if I was going to do it again, I would do like a ticket, a free ticket that people would have to buy, and then at least I know who's going to come along. What else have I learnt? Postcards. I've printed off these postcards, which are actually like really gorgeous quality, of a couple of pieces that are in the exhibition, and I think they're going to do really well. Like, already when I told people that I was going to do postcards, they were like, yes. And that's all that I have to say for now. Maybe I will think of some other things. Oh my gosh, I nearly forgot the final thing. This exhibition is on for 3 hours today, which in hindsight is exhausting. Like, I've got up this morning at 5 a.m. to get everything like packed in the car, ready across London, unpacked, on the walls, hung, everything out. And like, doing that for a 3-hour exhibition, like, I think maybe there's pros and cons to it, because if you're doing a longer exhibition, then I guess you have to be here all the time, whereas now I can just do 3 hours, pack it all away again, and then I'm off back home. So yes, wish me luck. And I guess whilst I think about it, thoughts for my next exhibition, which I can't believe I'm already thinking about when I haven't even started this one, is I might do, this one is obviously like a journey through my style, but my next one, I think I'd love to see all of the similar style of painting on the walls, because I think that would look really nice. So that's something for my next one. So I feel like I've missed a couple of chapters, but I will see if I'll insert some footage of the exhibition. But I'm home, it's 9:15. I've literally just inhaled a bowl of pasta because I was starving. I feel like my body hurts so much from like carrying things up and down the stairs. But I've had the best day, and I'm so grateful to everyone who came. Like, it's wild to me that people who I don't know came all the way across London, come and see my art. Like, it's so nice. Anyway, I'm emotional because I'm also really tired, but it's been such a nice day. And yeah, what was this video about? Everything I've learned from doing an exhibition. So I can't remember what I was saying earlier, but I actually think that a 3-hour exhibition was so good because everyone like all came at once, and it was like really busy and kind of hectic, but really like good energy in the room. And also I loved the time of day that the exhibition was at, because it was like 3 till 6 p.m. and the light was beautiful. Like the sun was setting opposite the windows, and just like the studio was just hit by this like beautiful light, and all of the drapes just looked so good. So I was so pleased with that. And everyone loves the postcards. They were good. It's just a nice little memento, isn't it? And yeah, I would not do nibbles again. But in all honesty, those are very small, minor things. And I'm just feeling very grateful and actually very inspired to do another exhibition. I thought I was going to feel like exhausted by this, but I want to do more. I want to paint now. Like, that's wild. And obviously I won't, because I'm on the verge of tears and I don't even know why. I've just had such a long day, I think. But I'm very glad. I think I'm just very proud of myself. I was like coming back over Chelsea Bridge, or Battersea Bridge, I don't even know. It was been hectic. Driving back across the river, and just like driving back across, I was like, oh my gosh, this would have been something that I would have been so scared to do. Like, even last year, there's no way that I would have done something like this last year. And my dad actually said to me today, he was like, it's very brave to do this, because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how many people are actually going to come, etc. And loads of people came, so thank you very much. And we'll leave it there until I feel like I'm gonna cry again. So yeah, all in all, it was a great idea. Hello, it is the next day. I've had some sleep and I'm hopefully feeling less emotional today than yesterday, and actually have some more coherent thoughts. Can't say the word coherent, so obviously not, on what the pros and cons were and the highlights and the lowlights, because actually I'm feeling so inspired to do one again. So the pros for me: choose a small space. Like, don't feel like you need to book out a whole gallery. Like, the space I chose was really small, and I think that's nice because then it actually feels busy and you don't have pressure to like fill a huge space. Like, I had 8 pieces and that was like perfect. And actually people come, they can still mooch around for like an hour. I was worried people would be like in out because I only had 8 pieces, but actually people like to hang around. So choose a small space. The space does really matter, I would say. Like, the place that I got was really beautiful, and I think it really set the scene and actually made people stay for a lot longer than they would have done. So the space really matters. Having a few drinks, I had nibbles, would not do nibbles, but having a few drinks, like having a nice atmosphere. My dad was taking coats. It was a nice like sunny evening, so he had the sun come in, so actually it's a really nice spot to just like have a little glass of Prosecco, look at some art and have some nice conversations. The other thing that went really well was postcards. So people like that because I think it's just nice to like go away with a little memento, and even if you feel like you can't buy a whole piece, having a postcard is really nice. The other thing that I have learned is I've been following up today on like people asking for commissions, or people like reaching out and saying that they want to commission something. So I'd say seize the day with those opportunities. If you've had a conversation with someone and they've mentioned like, oh, I'd be interested in a commission, like the next day follow up on that. And the other thing that I've learned is I put in a lot of work to this exhibition behind the scenes. Like, there is so much that goes on, and just to take a second to be like, oh my gosh, I'm really proud. But also to think that actually, like, I don't think that this exhibition would have been as much of a success if I hadn't marketed it so much, or put in as much like energy into making it really, you know, a lovely exhibition, and all kind of went seamlessly on the day. So you do have to put in the work behind the scenes. What are my lowlights? My lowlights were just, I was so exhausted. So I think if I'd had someone like this end to help me take stuff from my flat into the car, and like the next day bring stuff from the car up into my flat, because that was really tiring. So I think I'd think about that next time, because I was like, oh, I'll be fine, but actually like all of the back of my neck hurts, my arms hurt today, like when I was washing my hair. And I go to the gym, like, I'm not saying that I'm really strong, but I go to the gym. My legs hurt today, my feet hurt, but I think that's from the high heels. Oh, another low light, although she was really nice about it, I started clearing away and then someone turned up and I was like, oh no. I think she was called Michelle, but she was so lovely about it. But we'd started to clear away and then we're like, oh no, hang everything back on the wall, and I'd literally taken my shoes off, so I was just walking around with my socks on. So yes, I wouldn't do that. I don't know what my other lowlights are. I didn't really have many. I'm trying to think of them. I was quite stressed in the lead up that no one was going to be there and it was going to be really awkward, and my dad was actually like, oh, you're very brave, and I was like, yeah, I don't know how many people are actually going to come. And he was like, oh, well, some family will come, and I'm sure your friend Charlotte is coming. And I was like, Charlotte can't make it. And he was like, oh no. But yes, I'm very inspired. I'm very looking forward to it. And I would just say to anyone else looking to do their own exhibition, do it. Because the ripple effect on sales, actually, oh my gosh, another highlight. The ripple effect on sales, even just like the halo effect of having an exhibition, people can see that you're like taking your art seriously. So then I feel like people take you more seriously. And also, like, I've had a few pieces sell just from, not necessarily from the actual exhibition, but just from like the content that I've created around the exhibition, sharing more because I've been trying to market it, and that whole halo effect. So don't worry too much if you don't make loads and loads of sales at the exhibition, because that wasn't actually my focus. My focus for having the exhibition was to get some beautiful photos, share my art all in one room, and actually it got me so into the mindset of just sharing my art all the time, which has then like really spiked my sales. Like this past week I've made over £2,000. I'd have to check Shopify. But in the last 7 days, I reckon I've made like over £2,000 in sales. And before, I was not making anywhere near as much as that. And I have sold a painting, but this is the way things are going now. We're going up, 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 up. So yes, very exciting. If you're thinking of doing an exhibition, do it. Get the date booked in. It's kind of good to have a little bit of pressure on yourself. Put the work in behind the scenes, and honestly you will feel amazing afterwards. I literally, even though I was so tired last night, I went to bed and I was like, I can't sleep because it's so exciting. Anyway, I hope this video helped someone, and see you at the next one.